Hello everyone, and welcome to a episode of the Let's Play series. And I believe this is episode 7. And as you can see, I've made a few upgrades. I'm wearing all netherite armor, which is just great. And look at that, all gray and powerful, yeah. And since last time, we have had a significant amount of changes to the base, and here is one right here, and this is the sugarcane hut. And I wonder what's in here. Go in here and there's tons of sugarcane. You may be wondering, where the heck does all this sugarcane come from? It actually comes from over here. You go down this hole, go down this ladder, you come over here. I did follow a tutorial for this farm because sugarcane farms are very simple, and I figured I'll just follow the tutorial, get it done, so I can be able to make firework rockets, so I can fly everywhere I need to go and do things a lot faster. So just following the tutorial is just easier for me. In this episode, we're going to do a project in the Nether. Now, I have not shown the Nether yet in this world, so let me show you the Nether. You gotta go into the Nether portal underneath the bear. And here is the Nether. Ooh, doesn't look very good. In fact, looks terrible. Very terrible, yes. So our project today is going to be building a Nether Hub. And now what a Nether Hub will enable me to do is to travel to any point in the Nether with ease. And that is very important, so we don't have to deal with these guys, these ghast that shoot fireballs, and the piglin people that try to kill you with their swords and crossbows, all of that nastiness. Now, for our Nether Hub, we do need frog lights. And a frog light is a light source that comes from frogs. And before I tell you in depth what frog lights are, let me show you something down this way that will enable me to explain frog lights better. Oh my, where are we? We are inside a Bastion Remnant, which is a structure that can spawn in the Nether. Oh wow. This is what I have been working on off camera to get ready for what we are about to do. So what we have right here is a magma cube farm, and in the center of this dirt cube rectangle thing is a magma cube spawner. Now, magma cube spawner spawn inside of Bastion Remnants, so that's why we are inside of one. And the bottom here, what I have set up is a place so where the bigger magma cubes, the medium sized and the really big ones, will fall in there and then they'll die. And then all that will be left is the small magma cubes. And why do I need the small magma cubes? It is because when frogs, when they eat small magma cubes, they create frog lights. And those frog lights are what I need to be able to construct the Nether Hub that I want. Because the Nether is pretty dark and dank, and I just need a lot of light sources. And for some reason I chose frog lights. Like the hardest light resource to get in the game. So the last step to complete this farm is I need the frogs. Now, that may sound simple, but to be able to get the types of frogs that I need in here, I needed to breed them in certain biomes to be able to get the right frogs that I needed, the 3 different variants of frog that are in the game. And I'm going to have to drag them from the overworld to the Nether all the way down that path that you might have seen, down into this hole, and it's going to take a very long time. So I am going to do a little montage of me collecting all of those frogs and bringing them right here. Now, I may seem tired, and I may not be able to say words right, because I've been doing this for a long time. But it's done, and that's the most important thing. And let me get rid of this dirt cube thing, so we can see this farm in action. Oh boy, so I just got rid of all the dirt. Get rid of this guy. And now the magma cubes, when they spawn, they fall down into this hole, and they start dying by the floating snow powder blocks. And the big and medium ones are just big enough to die in the blocks, but the small ones aren't, and so those get eaten by the frogs and turned into frog lights. And you can watch the process here. Let's see, they start shivering, and they break apart. Now we have the medium-sized ones, and then they should break apart into the smaller ones. Let's give it a sec. There we go, you have the smaller ones. And look at the frogs. They're at work. Look at that, they're using their tongue, turning them into frog lights. There we go. And here, where is it? Should be frog lights here. Just have magma cream. Magma cream. Lots of magma cream. Okay, give it a second. Frog lights will come in. I have faith. I don't see any. Okay, give me a sec. I'll show you them once I actually get them. We are back. And there was a little bug with one of the data packs that I had, so I just deleted it. And here we go. We actually get frog lights now. Very cool, very cool. So I just wanted to show these off real fast. Let me put this dirt over here. There we go. Bam, bam. And with powers combined, we have all of them. Oh man, this is exciting. Very, very exciting. And let me show you the different types. So we have the verdant frog light. Verdant? No, it's verdant. Probably verdant frog light. But I want to call it verdant. That's fun. Then we have the ochre frog light, and then we have the pearlescent frog light. Very cool, very cool. And another unique thing about these light sources is that you can break them with your hand, and they drop to the ground just like that. Very cool, very cool. I very much like that. Then, of course, my favorite out of these three has to be the ochre. The ochre has a color that goes with a lot of different blocks, like browns and grays, like the most common blocks in Minecraft, so it's very easy to incorporate into different styles and builds, while the other two, a bit more of a tricky colors to work with, but they still have their uses, as you'll see once I build my Nether Hub. Okay, so now that we actually are getting the frog lights, I'm going to farm here until we get enough for the Nether Hub build, and then we'll meet back at the base to discuss what we are going to do next. We are back at the base, and let me show you the rest of the materials that I need for our little Nether Hub project. Okay. So here is the material list. So we need jungle moss, skulk, pulper, lots of different things. So I'm just going to scroll through and show you all. With that, we have some frog lights there. Got some verdant frog lights, sticky pistons, all kinds of complicated materials. So I think one of them that might be a little hard to get as well is all this powdered snow. I do have an idea of how to get it, but powdered snow, it only stacks one time, so let me show you. So if we go here, I believe, it only stacks in as one per slot, while other blocks stack in 64 or 16. And so this one is going to take a lot of storage. That's okay. And yeah, let's go ahead and start collecting probably first the jungle wood, and then we'll go straight on down. Yeah. I have collected all of the resources that we are going to need for this Nether Hub project. And let me tell you, gathering these resources was incredibly difficult, not because of how much there is here, but the rarity of the resources themselves. Like, let me give you one example. So, for the red sandstone that I had to gather, I had to travel thousands of blocks in, I think, that direction, or this direction. I can't remember exactly, to even be able to find any red sand whatsoever. And there were quite a few other blocks like that, like the frogolites, that were just really, really hard and time consuming to get. So in the future, I will definitely be making videos on farms that I am going to build to make it so getting these resources isn't so dreadfully painful. But fortunately, the Nether Hub that I'm going to be building will allow me to travel faster, so I should be able to get resources like red sand and purple a lot quicker than I'm doing right now. So let's pick all of these up. Let's head to the Nether, where we'll start our Nether Hub construction. Okay, I'll see you there. Okay, so we are now in the Nether, and the very first thing that I have to do is to clear out all of the netherrack that is in this area. So let me do that really quick. We have our area digged out, and now we are going to start building from the bottom up. Okay. Okay, so this is a little progress update on our Nether Hub build. And right here, as you can see, I have built the bottom area of our Nether Hub. The very bottom. And I used a lot of oxidized copper and skulk, because I feel like skulk was a very good color to be able to symbolize sort of the beneath of this, which is ironic because skulk is found very, very low in the Minecraft world. And I thought, well, it would fit perfectly in this kind of design. Then in the central here, we have a pillar holding up a platform. And let me walk over. And on the top of the platform, you might be able to notice that I used 2 trapdoors for each block. So there's a bottom trapdoor and there's a top trapdoor. And as you can see, I use slabs here and carpet and all that. And you may be wondering, why? Why do you have to put all these slabs and trapdoors and extra trapdoors? And that is because I need to make this area spawn proof, so that zombie piglins cannot spawn in my Nether Hub. Because if zombie piglins are able to spawn, let's see, I think there was one down here. Yeah, these guys, that they'll overrun my Nether Hub and I'll never be able to get them out. So it's very, very important that I make this area spawn proof, and how I do that is by making sure that every available spawning area, like every block that's on the ground, is either slabbed or trapdoored or carpeted, and that's the only way to stop them from spawning. Light sources do not work, and yeah. Now we'll get to making the middle section, and then we'll be back after that. We have completed the middle section of the Nether Hub, and I have chosen some very polarizing blocks to build with. Namely, this purple block here. For other builders of Minecraft, is actually their least favorite block to build with, because purple in this shade is very difficult to work with. There's only so many colors that are purple in Minecraft, so it is tricky to find things that go along with it. But fortunately, in the new update, the 1.20 update, they introduced the cherry wood and the bamboo planks and the bamboo blocks. And they actually pair very well with the purple block. Whereas before that update, the only thing that really paired with purple was end stone and sandstone. That's why I have sandstone here. Yes. But I feel like with the pearlescent lights from the frogs from the 1.19 update and all the other blocks, it looks really, really nice. Yes. And on the top here, you can see that I added moss and flowering azalea bushes. And that offers just a little bit more life to this build, because without it, it just is a bit more drab and seems very alien and not something that you can really connect to. But if you add a bit of nature in any of your builds, it looks, in my opinion, 10 times better. So that's why that is there. Now, the next part that we're going to do is the ceiling! And now, the ceiling is actually the most complex and difficult part of this entire process, because I wanted to make sure that whenever I enter the Nether Hub, I don't have this ugly Nether portal just right here in the middle and blocking up all these beautiful doorways. So I did a little bit of a technical redstone activity up in the roof area to make it so I could drop down here and be able to access any way I want to go with speed and precision. Yes. Now, of course, the details of that I will explain once the roof is complete. And woo! The roof is now complete. The reason I sort of use jungle wood is because jungle wood, not only is it brown, but is also slightly orange and slightly green, which makes it the perfect block as a transition between the green and yellows of this layer to the orange of the roof layer. And the reason I chose orange is because I just felt inspired by the sun. I mean, it's pretty simple, but it works. Slowly changing from a lighter orange to darker orange, and then back to super, super bright. It's kind of like the sun a little bit. And this isn't all of the roof, actually. There is more to the roof. If we just fly up here where this powdered snow is, we have this part of the roof as well. Yes, yes. This room holds the Nether portal, so anytime I want to enter back into the Nether Hub, I just jump through there. I made this doorway because eventually I do want a path to come into here in case I'm not able to get up that way using the rockets. And I also added a little redstone machine that will allow me to walk across from this doorway to this doorway with ease. And let me demonstrate that now. By the way, I did not design this redstone contraption. That was by someone on YouTube, which I'll link in the description. Okay, let me press this button, and then it comes up. You can walk across, and then it'll go back down, so you will be able to hop down into the Nether Hub very, very quickly. And there you go. That is the entirety of the Nether Hub. If you made it this point in the video, thank you very much. That is all that we are going to do. And hopefully you enjoyed it. And see you in the next one.